Okay, so the company that we represent is Enagic, and that company has been around since 1974. Now, the good thing about the devices that we'll be talking about is that it's not on an assembly line. There's a scientist right there that sits down and puts the device together, and the certification number is in the back. So that is very important as far as in terms of the quality and the type of medical devices that we represent. And so when quality starts with quality, it says here all steps of the manufacturing process are performed in the Enagic factory, production of parts and packaging to assembly, testing, inspection, and final packaging. The complete in-house production ensures a high-quality product. So that's very important as well when you're looking at something that is for your health, something that is medically grade. Now the Kangen water is the name of the water that everybody has at their table right now. And Kangen water, Kangen is a Japanese word, and it means back to its origin, back to its original state. So water, back the way it was before they started putting chemicals and chlorine in it and, fluoride and different things in it. So back to its original state. Our bodies, back before we started putting a lot of chemicals and toxins and all those other types of things inside of our bodies. So Kangen, back to its original state, back to its origin. In 1987, the Japanese Ministry of Health and Welfare announced that Kangen water Enagic had been working so very hard to get this as a medical device. So in 1987, they announced that Enagic was a medical equipment manufacturer. So this has happened since 1987. Once it became a medical equipment manufacturer, then they started putting these huge pieces of equipment in all the top hospitals in Japan. And so people were going to first of all, when you're in Japan, the doctors do not get paid until you get well.
So what happens here, when you get sick and something happens, the thing they ask for?
Your insurance
Your
card.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
So,
What we want to tell you is the way that the Japanese work is they want to get the job done first
Correctly.
and then get paid.
Exactly.
So it's a must. They invested in you, so it's a must that they do the best that they can.
Exactly. It's in their best interest that you get well. And so once they had these in the hospitals, people were getting well and, and they were being sent home. And once they got home, they were like, wait a minute. We don't have any of that water they was giving us back at the hospital. So what they were doing, they would come, and I know some of you guys have gone over, people who have a device in their home with containers. So they was going back to the hospital with these 5-gallon containers, standing in line, waiting to get this water at the hospital. So the owner of our company, Mr. Hanari Oshiro, he was riding down the street and he says, well, what are these people standing on the side of the road in this long line for? And the gentleman said, well, it's this equipment in the hospital that they drink this water. So this guy, he was a big head at
Sony. He was the CEO, manager at Sony. He took a look at that long line and a bright idea happened. He said, you know what? They're going for water. He said, look, I'm going to take those massive water machines that are all in the major hospitals of Japan, and then I'm going to condense it so they can have that same medical grade water at home. Who thinks that's genius? Please.
That is
fantastic.